Yo, Brad.
Yo.
I've talked about Curse to Golf before on some event coverage and stuff like that, and I think ID at Xbox is probably the last time I talked about it right before GDC. But there's a demo out now, so I finally got to play it the other night. I got obsessed with this demo for like 4 hours.
Oh my god!
Until I got through it. So it's a side-scrolling golf game,
Right.
but it's sort of like this mix between like a golf and like puzzle and like kind of roguelite type of thing going on.
Right. Weren't they calling it Golf Light or something like that?
Yeah,
that was the whole thing.
Golf-like, I think it's
Golf-like. That was it.
And so the setup for this is there's this like championship golfer. Mm-hmm. The storm's coming in, but he kind of ignores it, and then he gets hit by lightning, and he ends up in golf purgatory.
Oh god.
And then this huge like flaming green guy with a huge red beard called the Scotsman is like, well, if you make your way through all 18 holes, then you can come back to life or something, I guess.
Okay.
But so at first I'm like, well, there's only like 18 levels or what? So here's where like the golf light part or the roguelite part of it kind of comes in. There's only 18 holes to get through, but the levels that you get randomize every run. So it's like the levels themselves aren't randomized. They're all like
just
creative
the order.
levels, but which ones you get in the order.
Okay.
So there's like actually, I don't know, like dozens or hundreds of different levels that could pop up. There are some that I came across that, there are a couple that it's like, oh, I've seen that one before. Okay, cool. So I know what to do on this one. But it is really like more golfy than I expected. Mm-hmm. So it's like you can't walk around. Between levels, you do have a golf cart to like go from level to level. On the side, you have like this little branching map, and so that's kind of interesting because sometimes on the map you can see like, okay, here's a level, and it branches like left or right, and you have to choose. It's like, okay, I can go this way and get some bonuses, or I can go this way for a shop, or like this way has like a cursed level, which is interesting because like curses will like every like couple of strokes, so like your ball will get really bouncy, or it'll start to rain, or different things like that. But when you're actually hitting the ball, like you still do the kind of like standard like Mario Kart, Mario Golf, or like Hot Shots type things. It's like you set your power and then you set your angle, and you can kind of see where it's going.
It's a side scroller though, right?
Right.
Interesting.
So that's the other thing that's kind of interesting about it, because you can look ahead, but anytime you start looking ahead past the screen that your character is on, there's like a timer for how much you can do that on a hole.
Oh.
So you kind of like peek, like, okay, I think I see where it's going, and then like, all right, back out, go back to where you are. And then you have 3 clubs. So you have the driver for long distance, and then you have the iron, which is kind of mid-range and kind of like lets you get like through holes or whatever, or like not holes, but like through gaps in walls and that kind of thing. And then you have the wedge, which is like more steep angles. And then of course, if you get into like the rough or you get into a bunker, then it like limits which clubs that you can use to get out of it. And then you start every hole with like five par, and so like essentially the way that it ends and you reset the run is that when you hit 0, then like, okay, you're done. You're dead. You start over. And so, but while you're in a level, one of the things to look out for are these like little they're like idols. They're like these statues, gold and silver statues. And if you smash the statues, then you'll get extra strokes to use.
Oh, okay.
So if you smash a silver, you'll get like 2 more strokes. If you smash a gold, you get 4 more strokes. And so that's part of the strategy is like, okay, when do I hit these things risks, and when do I not? The other thing that's thrown in there is that there are cards. So you have like a starter set of cards, and then as you're going through a run, you'll get other cards either like along the way in treasure chests, or you'll be able to like save up cash. You get more cash based on how many strokes you have left after a hole. And these cards like have all kinds of things. There's a mulligan, which lets you like just totally like rewind, go back to the last shot. There is like one that's called a scatter shot, so that you can like pick a point to split your ball into 3 balls, and then after they land, you get to pick which one to pick up from.
Oh, that's cool.
There's some that just like give you extra strokes, just +1 or +2. There's in a lot of levels there's like TNT, like lines of TNT where you can like go down shortcuts and stuff. And there are cards that will let you just like explode that TNT without hitting with the ball first, because sometimes when you hit with the ball, then like it bounces your ball up someplace you don't want to go.
With the cards, are there any like passive cards that you'll keep in your deck the whole run, or is it just kind of once you burn?
You pick it and you use it.
All right.
And some of them you can cancel and go back. But other ones, it's like once you use it, it's like, okay, now you've burned it, you've locked in. Because one of them was like, one of them lets you like drop straight down. So like after you hit, then you push the B button and it's like, boom, right here. This is the spot. And there's another one that's similar to where like you can kind of like redirect it.
Yeah.
And like push it into another direction.
So there's some reactionary to some of these cards.
A little bit,
okay.
Yeah, while the ball's already in motion. And then one of the most important ones is what they call a practice shot. So basically, if you do a practice shot, then you're not going to make any progress wherever it lands. Like you're going to go back to where you were before. But like things like those idols, you can smash them with a practice shot, get your strokes up. And then, so if it's the idol's this direction and you want to go that direction, then you use your practice shot there. So they're really, really valuable cards there. Oh, there's one that's like a card that's like turns your ball into like a mini rocket. And so it doesn't go very far, but you can like arc it around corners.
That's cool.
You totally remote control the ball.
Yeah.
And avoid like water traps and stuff, because there's some levels where there's like just like water freaking everywhere, and there's like a little tiny island to land on.
Dude, some of these like obstacles you run into feel almost too difficult without a specific type of card ever.
No, it's just about like figuring out how to work with them, and then there are things that like will help you too, because there's like these fans, and sometimes if like you get into a fan at the right point, it like change you up to another fan, and there's also like teleporters at certain points.
So there's like multiple
figuring
routes.
out like where things are gonna go sometimes isn't as always as simple even as looking at the map. And there are also times that I've seen like there's like a higher route and a lower route, or there might be like multiple holes to like finish the course on. And then there are in the shop there are card packs, and then there's individual cards. And so it's interesting because if you want like that specific type of card, that's going to cost you like $400 for that card. Or you can spend $350 and get 3 random cards out of a bronze pack. And then if you spend more, then like the silver has like 4 cards, and then the gold has like 5 cards. And so that's interesting. Oh, and then there's also spin on the ball too. So like while it's in the air, it's like you hold a direction, you like mash the A button a little bit, but then you can also like you can play with it. So if it has enough bounce, anytime it's in the air, it's like, okay, I can spin it this way and I can spin it back that way. So you have full control over that. After the 4 holes, then there was the boss fight.
I was about to ask you if there's anything like that.
Yeah, against the Scotsman. And so that was really fun because basically like you have to get to the hole before he does.
Oh, it's like a race almost?
It's like a race. And they kind of, at least with the first guy here in the demo, they kind of have some gimmies for you, because there'll be times when like he'll just like knock it straight into the water.
Oh, okay.
And so like, okay, I can keep, keep going. But there are also like these like green statues there. And if you break the green statues, then you stun him. And so he loses a turn, so you get like 2 turns in a row.
Could he do something like that to you?
There's nothing like that he does to you in this first boss, in this demo. And then it looks like after you get done with the first boss, then the next area is like a desert oasis. But that's where the demo cuts off.
Okay, cool. So you just, how many holes was like 4 you said?
Yeah, 4 holes and then the boss.
For the boss.
But then, like I said, because
the demo
it's actually pretty challenging to like try to to get through. Then because I did so many runs, I saw a lot of holes, and like there's a lot of variety there.
Since it's like a roguelite, is there anything like maybe a passive that'll carry over to the next run? Like some sort of progression?
I think that cash might carry over, so I think that's kind of like one of the things. It's like when to save your cash and when to spend it. But I think your cards reset. I can't remember if your cards reset or if you hang on to the cards that you had. But that might be the only other thing.
Okay.
Whereas, like, if you get up a good stack of cards, that can be the key to. Because sometimes, like, you just either make a real dumb mistake.
Yep.
And like just chip the side of a thing trying to go over it.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing, when the angle's going, you know, it's just that swing meter. It's like that back and forth, like trying to nail the point when it's going to be right where you want it. Like a lot of times,
yeah,
like,
totally.
You missed it.
Just mess it up.
So there's also a grave, one of the hazards, which is really fun. So like if you land on the grave, then a zombie will come and eat your ball.
Oh,
and
man.
you lose an extra stroke when that happens.
That's brutal, but
yeah.
fun. So you played like 4 hours of this?
Yeah, I played 4 hours just on the demo.
Wow, sounds impressive. Must have been having a really good time.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds cool and it looked fun.
Well, and it's like one of those things, like, you know, like anything else, like when you get to a boss in Returnal.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh yeah, I can get back there. And it like takes you
it takes
10 more
while.
tries to get the boss again. Or something, you know, like the curse thing will come up and like, what's happening now? Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, it sounds fun. Is there any like modifiers sometimes that'll kick in like a level, like a random element to it?
That's what the curse is.
The curses, can you?
Because it's like, I don't know exactly how often it was, but there's like this skull on the side that fills up, and it tells you what the next curse is gonna be, you know, and then it'll run out. Like you have to do like 2 or 3 strokes while it's cursed.
Oh man.
And then the next one will come up. So that's part of it too. Is like, okay, I need to get past this point in this map before that happens. Or else, you know, I'm gonna be kind of screwed right here.
Yeah, it sounds cool. What a bizarre concept, but
yeah,
it sounds like it works.
Yeah, and it's got kind of, you know, it's got those old school vibes. It's kind of, you know, some, like Shovel Knight or
retro
Celeste kind of
inspired
pixel
vibe.
art, yeah, and music and stuff, yeah.
Cool. Do you know when this is coming out or anything like
They
that?
just say coming soon right now.
Just soon right now? Okay.
But you can play the demo right now. It's public demo.
Where'd you play it, on Steam?
Yeah.
Cool. All right, sweet, man. I want to check this out now.
Yeah, it's cool stuff.
Cool.
Looking forward to it.